Hey guys, so it looks like everyone is ready. Actually, we got a quick start here, everyone right on time. So we are actually already heading into the draft. As we jump in there, let me give you a quick recap of the bans here. We have Braxis and Dragonshire banned out on the side of Wholesome Halfwits. We've got BOE and Sky Temple banned on the side of Careless Badgers, and Careless Badgers won the coin toss, deciding to take map pick and going to Infernal Shrine. So actually, draft is already underway, and let's go right into the game. We got a quick start today, and that's what we like to see. So first ban already coming out here on the side of Wholesome Halfwits. We've got a Diablo ban. He's seen a lot of play in the first few weeks, doing great as a main tank role here, banned out quickly. And Diva, this is her first week being allowed this season after her rework. She wasn't allowed in week 1 and week 2, and people feel pretty good about her rework. Actually, she was very niche pick before the rework, and it seems like she's become a bit of a priority, and we see it banned on the side of the Careless Badgers. Chromie banned out here. I wouldn't say this is one of Chromie's best maps, because it's you're not really stalling or anything, but she is overall a pretty strong hero, and if there's a good Chromie player on the side of the Careless Badgers, you don't want to deal with that. Stukov also seeing a lot of bans, and I used to play with Key 1108, and he was a Stukov main. He kicks butt on Stukov, and that's probably going to be a target ban against him, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen throughout this series. We see ETC immediately picked up, seeing a lot of priority throughout these first few weeks already. He's still a mainstay as far as tank choices go. Careless Badgers come right back with the Ana and the Jaina. So I'm guessing the Ana is definitely a nano boost game to nano boost Jaina for the extra spell power, the extra damage. Jaina does pretty good clearing on the shrine, but she has kind of long cooldown, so not particularly a shrine clear hero, but definitely a lot of damage. And moving quickly through the draft, we've got Wholesome Halfwits picking up Sonya, who does pretty well on this map. If she's spinning on the shrine, she's got a lot of sustain and a lot of shrine control there. So I would expect to see some kind of stuns coming out on the side of the Careless Badgers to kind of mitigate Sonya's power on the shrine. Tyrande, not a overall like super high heal type of healer, but it's good mix of CC, healing, and damage. Seen some really good Tyrande play in the first few weeks, so excited to see what Key can do with it today. We see a Johanna ban. Johanna does pretty good into Sonya with her mini stuns, can stop Sonya from spinning on the shrine while she's trying to clear the monkeys. Kael'thas banned, as Wholesome Halfwits would be looking for probably a mage to clear the minions on the shrine. Ooh, Mal'Ganis and Kerrigan. Those are some pretty spicy picks. Mal'Ganis, after his nerfs, hasn't really seen much play in the early part of this season. I don't think I've seen him in any of the games I've casted. He was kind of a menace in Season 9, but tonight we see him popping out here, making his debut on my stream. And Kerrigan as well, for the big combos, a lot of kill potential there with the Jaina follow-up. I'm curious if the Mal'Ganis sleep to set up the Kerrigan combo. Mal'Ganis puts him to sleep, Kerrigan can get the easy combo, and Jaina with the follow-up. And look at this, we see Gazlo coming out. I would say this is a decent Gazlo map if he can set up around the shrine. But this is his first week in play, and I've gotten mixed reviews about his rework, but let's see what Darker Black can do with it here. Orphea also coming out, kind of a mage role. Probably Sonya's going to be the main focus for clearing the shrine, Gazlo zoning with his turrets, Orphea for the damage, and on the side of the Careless Badgers coming in with Blaze for the solo lane. So it's going to be Gazlo and Blaze in the solo lane. I imagine that the side of the Careless Badgers is going to be looking for kill pressure with the Kerrigan. A lot of early game power with a Kerrigan on your team. So I'm guessing that that's going to be their strategy in the early game. And for Wholesome Halfwits, I think they're really going to need to shine around the shrines to get their advantages in this game and get the big pushes with Gazlo, with Sonya. Oh, actually, I didn't. So Sonya's the solo laner. I guess Gazlo's part of the 4-man here. Obviously, I don't think Sonya. I've seen Sonya in a 4-man. Let's see how Wholesome Halfwits decides to play that one out. So pretty hype. Yeah, I'm hype here too, Chips with Salsa, to see a Gazlo coming out right here. Glad to see a bunch of you all out here. CB Fair back for another game tonight. And let's go ahead and head into the game and introduce our teams for game number 1. So another Division A East game with Wholesome Halfwits and the Careless Badgers. Wholesome Halfwits here on the blue team. We've got TKS Tanksta playing the ETC, G-Money Drums on the Orphea, Darker Black playing our Gazlo. Let's see how that Gazlo comes out. Key 1108 playing the Tyrande, and Skather on the Sonya. On the Careless Badgers, we've got Key Berries on Ana, Balthy playing Blaze, Breakwood on the Kerrigan, MSB Jira playing Jaina, and Taraske on the Mal'Ganis. There is a connection there from the Owl onto Breakwood that is basically GG. Should be called by both teams. And look at this little sneaky little setup they've got down here. And gets sniffed out by Taraska. And let's see, so pretty interesting. We've got both teams in the bot lane already. There's a slide into the stun onto Breakwood, but Breakwood diving in deeper onto Key. G-Money hits half health as well. I'd say those are pretty decent combos from the side of the Careless Badgers to start that off. Gets the clear and gets the early rotation back into mid. Pretty interesting strategy. I don't think I've seen the team start bot. A smooth rotation there from the Wholesome Halfwits. Gets a slide onto Jaina, but the stun from Tyrande just a little late, not able to follow up there. TK Tanksta in a little bit of trouble now. Let's see if he can walk away. There's a dive from Breakwood, slides back in. Let's see if they're going to be able to retaliate here. There's the kill onto Breakwood, 1-for-1. Taraske looking pretty low, gets the couple sleeps. Darker Black, is the Gazlo going to be able to do this? And Owl connects. And that's going to be a 1-for-1. Technically first blood going to the side of Careless Badgers and equalized by Wholesome Halfwits right after. So pretty good wave clear you can see here with Gazlo and Orphea. They're going to make a move onto the bot camp, and it looks like Taraske knew all about this in the bush now and comes out with a big sleep. There's Jaina's combo immediately, a stun onto Jaina, keeping her away. Breakwood coming in with the stun onto G-Money Drums. And it looks like after all that damage, Careless Badgers are in control of the camp, but TK Tanksta ready to make a move again. Tap from Gazlo, and they're ready to go. TK Tanksta, though, looking pretty low, trying to step away, and it looks like that's death number 2 for ETC. Skather, though, making a big rotation from top, and let's see how this goes. Breakwood on point, gets a stun onto Sonya, but this looks like the camp is going to be won. Skather did rotate all the way down, giving Blaze free clear on the double clear right now, able to clear mid, but Skather quickly makes it back to catch the soak. Seems like it's going to be okay. And a good rotation there from Skather. And now the Wholesome Halfwits making a move onto this camp, their siege camp, before the first shrine activates. The shrine is going to be mid here. I believe it's a mortar. Let's see what it looks like once it comes in. A lot of action so far already, 4 kills. Let's look at some talents while this gets started here. Jaina looking for the globes, already at 6 globes. Tyrande got the owl at level 1. Elun's chosen for basic attack healing. That can be really strong if she can keep basic attacking, which you can see Tyrande getting a lot of basic attacks around the shrine. Wholesome Halfwits have control to start. Tarask looking for a stun to get this going for the Careless Badgers. A double sleep. That was a big sleep, but a nice retaliation from the stun on Wholesome Halfwits. Skather spinning to win. A lot of damage onto Balthy. Kiaberry's doing a great job to keep everyone healed up and alive, but it looks like a nice stun onto Balthy. Will he get out? He does get out. And MSB Dejira from the side trying to get a kill onto G-Money Drums. Seems to be okay, and Wholesome Halfwits maintains control of the shrine. And it looks like first shrine, Arcane Punisher, going to Wholesome Halfwits. Now the first shrine is always a little bit weaker, but Arcane Punisher is arguably the strongest one. Putting out these spinning rays. And actually there's no jump here. Taras looking very low, and a nice slide from Tanksta to secure that kill. So the Punisher did not jump over the wall, and that was kind of a fatal mistake there for Careless Badgers that allowed the Wholesome Halfwits to get this whole fort out of the first objective here. G-Money Drums tanking tower shots, has to be careful. Takes a lot of damage. Kerrigan trying to soak bot. Let's see if this rotation's going to be on time. TK Tanksta looking for some action. Gets the stun from a distance. Is there going to be the follow-up? Breakwood looking to escape here. There's a lot of stuns. Nice catch by Tanksta. Just on the tip of the power slide makes the play there. And Wholesome Halfwits looks like they're taking control of this early game on the survival there on that first Punisher, capturing the Punisher and capturing those little bit of extra kills. Sleep onto Darker Black, starts to step away. Kerrigan going the Q build. This is going to be great around the shrine. If she can get control of the shrine, Kerrigan used to be like the standard pick a long time ago on shrines for her Q resets. They've kind of brought that back since her last rework about a year ago. And looks like we've got a full Q build here for Kerrigan. A lot of mobility and a lot of shrine control if they can get it. Prog Rock at 12 stacks, 10 for Fingers of Frost here. And it looks like we've got Chomp for Orphea. The shield at level 13 was reduced a little bit in the last nerf, but Chomp build's still really strong, especially into all the frontline. There's 3 frontline heroes. If she can be getting those Chomps off, that's a lot of resets, a lot of damage for G-Money Drums. So Wholesome Halfwits did collect the bottom camp. They've cleared this bot wall, and it's always good to clear out the walls on this map because it makes it much harder for the defending team of a Punisher to defend their forts because they can't use the jump of the Punisher to separate the team from the Punisher. So that is an advantage here in the bot lane. Almost a slide onto Taraska, but he's going to get quite a sleep here. There come the jaws from Orphea, and it looks like they're probably going to want to step away after that combo didn't work out, and that's what it looks like they're doing. Level 10s here for both teams. Crushing Jaws, we just saw that come out from Orphea, didn't connect, so that's on cooldown. Taraske looking deep. He knows that they're going to be at this camp, and it looks like we've got retreat pings from Wholesome Halfwits trying to get away, and they decide to just give up this camp. They were not ready for that fight. Sonya was up at the top camp, and they're willing to give that up. Something I like to see the teams do is if you can proc this well, this camp, if you steal an enemy camp, it will attack the well from over the wall, and it'll be in a good position to do it. But that's just a very, very minute detail I like to point out. A lot of wall damage here. Good siege from the Careless Badgers after that camp steal. So let's finish looking at these talents. Starfall for Tyrande. Gravel Bomb. We've got a Gravel Bomb on the new 60-second cooldown and a quicker pull for Gazlo. Let's see how that works out. Mosh Pit and Leap. We've got a Leap Sonya, and there's a stun onto Taraske. And there's the gravel bomb coming out. The mosh pit is out. Tarasuke is the only one in it. TK Tanks are taking a lot of damage, and there is the ult from Mal'Ganis to keep him alive. G-Money Drums is deep right now. I don't think he's going to get out of this one, and he does just barely trades. A lot of low health bars on the side of Wholesome Halfwits. TK Tanks trying to survive and gets shot by the Blaze Flame from the bunker, and that's a 2-for-1 for the Careless Badgers in their favor. I didn't see the leap come out, but it did come out at some point. It escaped my eyes there. And Darker Black still looking for action. Junks on stream now. I don't know how to not make that happen, please. See what's going on. This match is more contested than a pineapple pizza. I would agree. And unpopular opinion or not, pineapple does belong on pizza. Skather going for the clear. It looks like Careless Badgers will have control of this shrine. Look how Breakwood can jump around with her Q stacks and get these resets. And let's see, the side of Wholesome Halfwits is back. We got a lot of things on cooldown for both teams as far as heroics are concerned. There's a double sleep and a stun from Balthy, but the follow-up damage isn't there quite yet. And looks like Jaina's combo will be on cooldown if there is another attack here. Skather is deep. It looks like Wholesome Halfwits want to go in here. There's a leap and a big combo onto Jaina. That is a lot of damage down. Breakwood does have the nano boost now. Skather taking a lot of damage. Can she spin? Can she win? Staying alive for now, but it looks like G-Money Drums is going to be the next one down. Skather, and there's a mosh onto 2. Nice from TK Tanks that can't complete the kill onto Balthy is Skather. TK Tanks are taking a lot of damage from Breakwood, though, trying to survive now. Slides away. Balthy does go down. Kia Berry's just sniping in the back, never under pressure. Key, although, is under pressure and does go down. Darker Black now finding that Kia Berry's was there the whole time. And it looks like that is another win for the side of Careless Badgers to keep control of this top shrine. Wholesome Halfwits did try and make a play before the shrine was completed there, and it looked like it was going in their favor, but I feel like the pressure kind of got split about a little bit, and Orphea was deep trying to get her damage, and she ended up paying for it. But Orphea, that is kind of how you play it. Fingers of Frost now done for Heina. She's almost done with her Frostbite, so she will have her Ice Block soon, which is great for her survivability. I mean, if she had Ice Block when that huge combo fell on her with the leap and the gravel bomb, she would have survived. So that will be a big bonus for them once she completes that. That will be great for the Careless Badgers. As they keep pushing in here with this Mortar Punisher, it's about to jump again, jumps onto Darker Black, and it looks like this wall is probably all they're going to be able to get here for the Careless Badgers as they start to scoot away on the back end of that Punisher. Skather, though, did slow him down. I don't know who caught who, but it looks like Wholesome Halfwits are on the hunt here. Darker Black looking deep as Gazlo. Oh, and there's the jump onto Jaina, and unfortunately still does not have her Ice Block, and there is the gravel bomb onto Breakwood, who does get the heal from Kia Berry's right off. Crushing Jaws connects onto Breakwood. There's the nano boost, and she's jumping in, gets stunned by TK Tank, so that is a double 2 in the mosh pit and a double kill for Orphea there. Looking pretty good on this engage is the Wholesome Halfwits. Very much a back and forth match. Both teams putting out a lot of damage and doing a lot in these team fights. It just depends which team is going to get their combo off first, and they're taking their prize here of the enemy Shaman camp. Make sure that's not available for them going forward. Let's check out the Gazlo build real quick. He picked increased cast range of Explodium Charge and extra damage. So that's his charge that actually, there you see it now. It comes out a lot quicker. Gets that follow-up stun. Hyper Focus Coils. Heroes hit by Death Laser take % damage. Master Blaster. More damage on Explodium Charge. So some slows actually from his abilities. We saw the Gravel Bomb and spread damage on his turrets now. Breakwood coming in, and there's a boot from TK Tankster to get away. He is asleep now. He did have his slide popped. He pops his medallion to try and get out. And G-Money Drums is deep now. Let's see. Pops his medallion to get out. Able to scoot away, and there's a bear raw dog Ring of Frost connecting with no one. MSB Jiro just looking for action there. I do appreciate when you look for action like that. So actually we don't have spin build from Sonya, which is kind of interesting, but I guess if she leaps in and gets a poison spear onto Jaina, that is a lot of damage. Something to note though, that poison damage would be cleared by the ice block. That is just about complete. She's about 600 damage short of having her ice block. Should have that any moment now. Level 16's in. Arc Reactor for Gazlowe. Reduce the cooldown of Explodium Charge by 3 seconds. So that stun is going to be available more often. And the Explodium Charge will drop turrets that last for just a few seconds. So I think maybe the reduced cooldown, it sounds like a really good part of that talent choice. As the next shrine is activating down here in the bot lane, you can see there's not much for the Careless Badgers. Fort down here, no wall. This would be a big win for the Wholesome Halfwits here. And there's a sleep immediately onto ETC. Slides in and tons of damage. I don't think he could control his character for much time at all there. Nice way to start that combo for Tarrasca. Gets that sleep onto ETC, and he went blind as a bat there. Got the nano boost with the blind as a bat. Very cool. And that's another kill. Nice combos, nice play there from the Careless Badgers to control this shrine. Very much a back and forth match. 10 kills each. And that's more control for the Careless Badgers. This is going to be a free shrine for them. Sonya actually top. If nobody reacts to this, she could get this whole fort. Blaze is on his way up now. Tyrande with Sonya here, gonna help tear this down. It looks like they're gonna get it. If they just focus it down, I think they can get it. They should just focus on the tower, and it looks like what they're doing. I think in response, the Careless Badgers, knowing that the heroes were dead, Tarrasca had the right idea. Start pushing in here, get some damage on this fort. Breakwood clearing some minions now with the Q. Getting more stacks on her sharpened blades level 4. Almost done with that. 53 out of 75 now. Wholesome Halfwits decide to just give up this fort and make the defense at the keep here. Blaze is still top, so this is going to be a 5v4 defense. All heroics are up on both sides. Maelstrom will be back up for Kerrigan just now. So we're going to see the jump from the Punisher. Let's see it baited over the wall by Gazlowe. And they're trying to bait it mid, trying getting damage, but actually none of the towers are focusing it right now. That was kind of unfortunate for the Wholesome Halfwits. Tarrasca looking deep, trying to set up a combo here on the back end of that Punisher, and there's another one onto ETC. Will he get out this time? It looks like he's okay. Tarrasca pops his ultimate to stay alive, and it looks like Skather is going to be the first one down. Tarrasca gets a sleep onto Orphea up here. The Punisher following up with a double stun, but I think the teams are going to be able to survive here. I don't expect... Oh, big deep dive with the nano boost was Breakwoods. It looks like they're trying to make a play onto the core. If they get another kill, it could be possible. Darker Black looking pretty low. And there's a mosh pit onto 2. Nobody to stop it. And there's a kill onto Blaze under core damage. A stun from Breakwood onto Key, but Key just peppering away from the back line. Darker Black looking pretty low. Good health bars. TK Tanksta, does he have another slide soon? Not quite yet. So a nice defense there. They do lose their keep, but do get a counter kill as Careless Badgers unable to take a play at the core. We got the Maelstrom upgrade for Kerrigan. Longer duration every time it damages a hero. She wants to stay in. Nano Fusion, healing, so whoever's got the nano boost is going to be healing for the damage they're doing. Tarrasca looking deep here. Let's see him coming in. He's coming sleeping from a distance, not quite able to catch anyone, but creating the space. Level 20 does finally hit. Is TK Tanksta going to look for some action here? And there's a combo onto Kaya Berries. Pushed back in, and a perfect medallion to survive there. Nice play from Kaya Berries, and that's the first kill onto Orphea because they could not secure that kill. Skather trying to survive now, pops the ignore pain. TK tanks, and now it looks like Wholesome Halfwits are on the run after not being able to secure the kill onto Kaya Berries. Great medallion use to survive that huge combo. Skather backing, and it looks like they're going to have to give up this fort without Orphea here. Looks like Careless Badger's just going to walk in for this. Huge damage from those owls, hitting multiple heroes. Took a good chunk of their health. So we did get Blink from Jaina, Fortified Bunker. So armor bonuses when they do go into the bunker. Seeker Swarm. Oh, this could be really big. Sleeping heroes when Mal'Ganis comes out of his ultimate. And it's actually a pretty big range that sleep hits. So that could set up a big combo for the rest of the team as they move in. They stole the enemy shaman camp and they're moving in on their own now, which will give them an advantage in pressure, in lane pressure during this next shrine phase that is coming up in the mid lane. Sonya working on the bot camp. Darker Black coming to help that out, and it looks like they're going to make a play at this bot fort, just finish clearing it out, equalize some of the pressure from the catapults. But it looks like Tarask and friends are showing up. Skather a little deep here, but able to walk away. And Orphea is going to be first on the shrine, gets it started immediately, tries to get any kind of advantage. Both teams looking to clear 40 minions, and that's already 9 for the side of Wholesome Halfwits, as Careless Badgers kind of taking their time to get there, clearing some lanes, and now Tarask making the way in. 25 already cleared for the side of Wholesome Halfwits. They can play this a little more passively now. Tarask very deep. I would wager to look past him, and there is a combo using it all onto him. Mosh Pit and more. A triple heal from Kaya Berries, keeping him alive. A nice unstoppable from G Money Drums, and there's the nano boost onto Breakwood. A big enhanced gravel bomb catching 2, but it is ETC who dies first as Wholesome Halfwits unable to secure a kill again, unfortunately for them, as they try and make their retreat. And Careless Badgers looking strong here on the wake of 2 kills. Can they kill Key here? Does land the stun. Breakwood looking for more. I think he's got another Q stack. Ooh, and it is Key going down there, and this looks like it could be GG. 3 kills, a lot of time before the spawn for 3 of the heroes on Wholesome Halfwits. And they are making their way towards the core. Combo onto G Money Drums, not getting out of there. The enhanced gravel bomb onto Breakwood. Darker Black doing what he can, and Gazlo goes down, and we see Gazlo unsuccessful in his first attempt on my stream here today. As the Careless Badgers doing well in that mid and late game. Very much a back and forth match from both teams, but we do see Careless Badgers starting to run away with it there in the mid and late game. Those big nano boosts onto Kerrigan and a funky one onto Mal'Ganis there that did look pretty successful when he was using Blind as a bat for kind of unlimited Q swipes. That was kind of cool. So that is game 1 going to the Careless Badgers. Let's go ahead and check out this game summary whenever it decides to load up here. Looking like got a little baby glitch going. I don't know what's going on there. So I don't know what's going on with my Heroes of the Storm. Let's give it a second. See what it decides to do here. All right, looks like it's finally deciding to load. Hopefully we get the game summary. We didn't get to look at the stats there. There was just so much action in that game. There we go. We got the game stats now. Let's go ahead and review some of these because there was a lot of action in that game. We see tons of damage coming out for Gazlo. So Gazlo actually top damage in the game Kerrigan also pumping huge damage with those nano boosts. I thought it was going to be nano boost onto Jaina, but nano boost Kerrigan is also a thing with the Maelstrom, with the combos. That was a lot of damage. Well played. Breakwood going in and setting up combos alongside Taraske on the Mal'Ganis. Let's see what these kill. So Ana, Kia Berry's our sole survivor of this game. There was one moment I saw on the top shrine that I felt like she was being completely ignored by the Wholesome Halfwits. She was just kind of sitting there, able to just sit there and heal her teammate from like point blank range. And it ended up working in their favor. So sole survivor of the game. Quite a few 5 deathers. So Tanksta, G-Money Drums, and Breakwood going all in, making those plays and suffering the deaths for it. So this is kind of what I was saying. Tyrande can't really keep up with the healing of like a proper healer like Ana, but she look at the damage differential between Ana and Tyrande here. Tyrande able to put out a lot more damage in these team fights with the owls, with her auto attacks, but I'm hearing it's mostly the owls. But Ana, I mean, she's a healer for a reason, right? 105,000 on the heals. So well played from both teams. A really good back and forth matchup there. And it looks like game 2 is ready. Let's go ahead to our map view screen and as we head into the lobby here for game number 2. So bear with me as we head into the lobby. It looks like we are going to be on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Let's find out who picked this map as the players head into the lobby. And it looks like the Badgers picked map 2. So Wholesome Halfwits, after losing game 1, had the choice of map pick or first pick, and they decided to keep first pick. They allowed Careless Badgers to decide what map we're going to, and they decided to take us to Tomb of the Spider Queen. We actually saw Tomb of the Spider Queen on stream yesterday, so we're going to see the teams trying to keep control of the gems. They're going to be clearing out the minion waves as fast as they can, control the gems, and turn them in to get those icky spiders pushing down the lanes, giving a lot more lane pressure as they make their way towards the core. So, Sense saying I'm being fed my lines. I don't know. Oh, I believe that I know what he's talking about. But yeah, some action going on in that first game for sure. So Senior 135, those Punishers are randomized from one to the next. I don't think the same Punisher can come out 2 in a row. It looks like the teams are ready. Yeah, so I don't think the same Punisher will come out twice in a row. Like, it won't be Mortar and then Mortar again. It'll just be, you know, different from the previous Punisher, and the lane will also be different. So if it was top, then the next one either is going to be mid or bot, and then after that it could go back to top after that. It doesn't have to necessarily go to all 3 lanes. That's, I believe, how the mechanics work there on Infernal Shrines. So here on the Tomb of the Spider Queen, there's not really the objective is kind of always available, so you're going to be collecting the gems by killing the ranged minions that come every 30 seconds. And here you're going to be wanting to turn in those gems. The first one costs 50 gems. You also get gems from killing enemy heroes. They drop 3 gems on a death, so that's a little bit of extra gems as well as losing all the gems that they're holding. So that's going to be how we're going to play this map. And like I mentioned yesterday, this map, there's a lot of wave clear. You're going to be focused on clearing those minions to collect the gems. So I expect both teams to pick something that has strong wave clear. Wave clear is always something you want on your team to clear the minions, but on a map like Tomb of the Spider Queen, it's even more important to control the rotations. Diablo banned right away by the Wholesome Halfwits, and Stukov keeping Key off of his one trick. He did play on the one tricks in the Season 9, and it is known that he is a one trick on Stukov, but I know Key has other tricks up his sleeve as well. He played a good Tehran, good follow-up in that game. Ana banned out. They do not want Kia Berries back on that Ana. The nano boost too strong, the healing too strong. And Diva does not get to play today in this series, banned out both times by the Careless Badgers. So it looks like the ban stayed the same there for the Careless Badgers. Wholesome Halfwits adjust to ban out the Ana. Tanksta played a pretty good ETC, set up some combos, some strong mosh pits to set up for his team. Did some great zoning, and he decides to stay on the ETC there. This is a great map for Johanna. She has great wave clear as far as the tank is concerned. So she can go in, and with her Condemn on her W, she goes in, she pulls the wave together, does a ton of damage, and the rest of her team can clear it out. Hanzo has good wave clear starting at level 4, but right off the bat at level 1, kind of a little bit weaker. Chromie was banned last game. I wonder if it was a target ban. G-Money Drums picking it up this time. Pretty good wave clear. Good on this map to be able to stall the enemy team from turning in the objective. So I think that's a pretty good pick on this map. Sylvanas also a good pick because she can disable towers, disable forts, get even stronger pushes from the web weavers, let alone all the damage she can put out in a team fight. So very strong hero on this map. Deckard Cain being banned. They're trying to choke out Key's healer choices here. We have 3 healers banned already. Ana, Stukov, and Deckard, which are some of the top tier healers. I don't expect Tyrande to come out in this match. Well, potentially for the follow-up on ETC again. I mean, if that's what they're going for, Tyrande does have great follow-up. So actually, I wouldn't be surprised to see her come out again. Greymane banned out. Our Wolfman not going to make an appearance. Kind of interesting. Hanzo and Greymane. I guess it's all right. So Greymane banned out. Good wave clear hero and good kind of versatile damage. Not going to be playing this game. Another thing to note about Hanzo, he does have on his ultimate, he's one of the few ranged assassins that has a very powerful stun on his heroic ability with his Dragon's Arrow that can come from a distance and really start an engage. So for a ranged assassin to be able to start the engage is pretty unique, and Hanzo can do that. Maiev, though, loves to start engages as well, and we do see Tyrande coming back for Key. Blaze. Anduin is the healer choice, so does have the pull, able to pull a teammate out of a sticky situation. But Maiev, a very fun hero here, able to tether the enemies and pull them into a cage. It can get pretty crazy. So Breakwood flexing on these melee assassins and showing some really cool picks with the Kerrigan in game 1 and Maiev here in game 2. Blaze in the solo lane, Malthael in the solo lane. So Last Rites can be pretty scary. I wonder if Blaze is going to go bunker or combustion here for the extra damage. But Last Rites can really close up some kills. This looks like a pretty good, interesting draft here that we've got. Oh no, I did not change the overlay. I'm sorry, guys. At least... oh, my bad. I just went back to... Well, we'll be able to look at the draft real quick here. Sorry about that. During the draft there, I'm glad I was able to walk you through what was happening. But look at the teams real quick. Chromie and Sylvanas as the damage dealers for Wholesome Halfwits, with Hanzo and Maiev as the main damage dealers for Careless Badgers. Johanna and ETC playing the tank roles. Blaze and Malthael in the off lane. Tyrande and Anduin as our healers here. Apologize to you guys on stream. I'm still relatively new to this. You know, I make mistakes here and there. Thanks for sticking with me. You know, I'm not perfect, and that's kind of why I stopped playing the game, because I'm not perfect. All All right, so let's go ahead and head into game 2 here. Let me make sure everything looks all right now. All right, so looks like we are heading here into game 2. On the blue team, Wholesome Halfwits, TKS Tanksta back on his ETC, G-Money Drums on the Chromie, Key 1108 back on the Tyrande, Scather on the Blaze, and Darker Black on Sylvanas. On the right-hand side, we have the Careless Badgers trying to get their domination victory here in Game 2. Taraske on the Johanna, Breakwood on Maiev, MSB Jira on the Hanzo, Balthy playing Malthael, and Kia Berries on the Anduin. So let's see, as these first minion waves do crash here in the middle, let's see how the clear goes. Taraske going in with the Condemn to start the clear here, and it looks like they've got the lead here on the clear, and Taraske slowing down the members of Wholesome Halfwits as Breakwood heads up to start the clear on the top lane. And as you can see, there is an advantage already for the Careless Badgers in the clear. They've already cleared mid, cleared top, and they're back to mid to clear the next wave. Blaze and Malthael bot. Looks like Blaze trying to choke the minions and keep control, so doing a little bit of a strategic stalling of the lane here, as the 4-man is going to be going back and forth mid-top. And we see a W build from Chromie, so still yet to stack one on an enemy hero. She's going to be looking for 20 hits on her W on enemy heroes to increase the damage there. That's the W there. 3 circles that drop from the sky. She got her first connection there. She does get her talents a little early, and she chose extra time traps that she'll be able to put down. We've actually got the percent damage from Sylvanas, a pretty interesting pick, kind of a basic attack choice into a blind from Johanna. Could be a little funky. Not picked that often. I feel like there's all the level 1s are viable, but that is going to be the pick for Sylvanas. Prog Rock for ETC, a lot of ability to pick up, and it looks like Balthy coming up for a rotation here, decides to step back as they don't see anything special happening. There was a pull from Breakwood, but TK Tanksta taps and is okay. Blaze and Malthael just doing their work bot, and Careless Badgers keeping control of the lane, still ahead. Taraske being able to put in the gems is very important for them and does drop in. It's always great to get your tank to drop off the gems. That way they can zone for the rest of the team to put in their gems and create some space for the team. So Taraske heading back top with the team. Still a lot of clear from both sides. But we do see almost a whole level advantage here on the side of Wholesome, or excuse me, Careless Badgers. Let's see what that's coming from. So just minion XP. I guess there's been maybe a Wholesome Halfwits missed a wave or something. That's making all the difference now. Or maybe they were just waiting to clear a wave. Blaze was playing a stall game bot. Either way, Careless Badgers has the lead here. I'm going to take a moment real quick to check with the chat. So this is going to stall for a second. I just want to make sure everything's okay. I've got an all good in the chat, so looks like everything's okay. I'm trusting Nick Paint that everything is all good right now. As the teams, now they've both collected a lot of gems. Actually, the side of Careless Badgers has dropped a lot of gems. Breakwood going in deep for a stall. Kind of a risky play, but the teammates were there, trusting the team to be there for them. So Breakwood does get back out on the Maiev. Team's going back to clear. Malthael is turning in the last 3 gems, and this could be a turn in. That is it for the red web weavers. We are going to see them icky spiders dropping. There's a time trap to get away for TK Tanksta. Slides in, does not connect onto Hanzo. What build is Hanzo? Hanzo is scatter arrow build, trying to get that simple geometry, hitting those scatter arrows off the wall. lot of locations to hit off the wall here. So the spiders are dropping now for the red team. It looks like they're deciding to push in top. A very reasonable strategy as the boss pushes down the top lane. So the more damage you can do to the top lane, the easier you have a win condition. After clearing mid, so mid is already cleared, the side of Wholesome Halfwits heading up for the defense now. And after getting the wall, I don't think they're going to get too much more out of this unless they're able to get a kill. TK Tankstead does need to be a little careful. 32 gems on his person right now. If he dies, that could be devastating for the Wholesome Halfwits. And that's a pretty successful clear. They lose the top wall here. They don't really lose much mid. That's about as good as you can ask for from the Wholesome Halfwits. We see a slowing sands from Chromie, who hits level 8. At level 8, she does get her heroic ability 2 levels early because she is a time traveler. You see this slowing sands, that's going to slow down any hero that walks through there. You can see Tarask was slowed immensely trying to walk through. Both teams looking at this bot turn in. All 5 players for both teams here. Breakwood going deep, looking for a tether. And it looks like Breakwood actually the one who's caught. And there is Scather coming deep after the pull. Not able to secure the kill. He is a tank, not really have the damage to clear up that damage. But there's a slide onto Taraske. Does not have the iron skin available, and that's looks like 15 gems down, not going to be collected. Nice kill there on the side of Wholesome Halfwits, and they're going to be able to secure their first web weavers on the back end of that kill. Let's see what they're going to do with it. They do have the Sylvanas. Sylvanas is going to empower the push in whatever lane they're in. She needs to be a little careful. If that was, you know, a scarier hero in there, that could have been bad. But I guess Johanna was dead, so I'll give it to you, Darker. Prog Rock is completed for ETC, so he can heal his team, gets a lot more healing from his guitar solo. And let's see how they're going to handle this. There is the slowing stance, stopping anyone who wants to escape on the side of Careless Badgers to try and get some more damage onto the spider. So that's going to do some nice control. Tarask stepping out does catch Key in the condemn. They're just doing what they can to clear this out. I believe black arrows did come out already on that wall, so it's not available. There is, ooh, ETC nicely steps in front. But there is the level 10 from Breakwood, sets up the cage, and doesn't catch too many in it. There's the stun from the Blessed Shield from Johanna, and as they continue the chase, Scather coming to try and save his team as they try and get away, and there is a power slide to get away. Darker Black does fall, completely out of mana, completely out of health as well, does die. The only kill there in that fight, but overall a great defense on the side of the Careless Badgers. Look how slow Taraske is inside the slowing sands right there. Loses almost, let's see what it is, 70%. 70% slow. That you're basically slowed down to a crawl if you go into a slowing sands that's been sitting there for 2 seconds, you know? That's crazy. And, you know, it can go up quickly. It's almost instantaneous, a very low cooldown. But, ooh, blue actually does sneak in another web weaver. I don't think that red had enough gems to get a second web weaver, but it is the Wholesome Halfwits that get the second, so they get back-to-back web weavers here on the tail end of the Darker Black Death. And let's see what they're going to do with this one. It looks like they're staying top for now. Blaze might want to be careful. He does have vision of the team, and it looks like he's coming to clear mid to help that mid web weaver push in, as both of the 4-man of both teams are top now. Darker Black should have black arrows up to disable this fort, and that's exactly what we see. The fort is disabled. Hanzo gets a huge stun onto Key and ETC. There is the light bomb onto Breakwood. Sylvanas is the first to fall as she was separated from the team. It looks like Key is going to be next. Drops the Starfall, trying to get the damage onto Jira. Scather finally shows up, unfortunately just a little bit too late. Is Tanksta going to get out of here? No, that's another kill. And Careless Badgers looking pretty good. The top 4 does fall as they focused on the kills. The web weaver was able to push in uncontested there, but it's a trade-off. The fort was already kind of half dead, and they get a level advantage now. They've hit level 13 first. So, you know, you could say that was potentially in their favor. They do have enough gems for a turn-in, so knowing that the members of Wholesome Halfwits getting this Bruiser Camp out, but in return, actually, Jira and Kia Berries over here getting their Bruiser Camp, so that's going to neutralize during this Web Weaver phase, and Careless Badger's going to have a pretty strong Web Weaver push here with that Bruiser Camp. Level 13 does finally hit for the Wholesome Halfwit, so they're going to pop in their talents there. Encore is the talent of choice usually for level 13 for ETC, and that was a point blank arrow from Jira there to start an engage, but they're back onto Key. There is a silence onto Breakwood, who has the light bomb now, and that connects onto 2. Key looking pretty low, drops the Starfall. TK Tanksta also low, unable to protect his team, and there comes the Warden's Cage. Mayav does die on the back end of the Warden's Cage, but all of the characters for Wholesome Halfwits were stuck in there, not really able to do anything, and a nice scatter arrow from Jira to secure that kill onto Blaze, and he's looking deep. Look at him go, looking for G-Money. Big plays. That is a with balls play from MSB Jira here, who is now on the run, taking tower shots, is going to get out. Nice play to get that kill onto Chromie. That's what we like to see. Crazy plays like that. But look at that Bruiser Camp and Web Weaver and a big minion wave. I would love to see the players of Careless Badgers to have been pushing in here and stopping this clear. I feel like they could have potentially gotten a keep, but they decide to go for the safe play and equalize the top. So they do have, you know, advantage in all 3 lanes now. They've cleared all 3 forts, where only top fort is down for them. So let's see what they want to do. Owl does check the boss. Tyrande throws an Owl to check on the boss. It looks like Breakwood is going down to start the siege camp in the bot lane, but all 5 players of Wholesome Halfwits are down here. A vision arrow from Jira lands directly onto ETC and catches vision of the whole team. And we've she on Jira. Sorry about that. You know, it's because Hanzo's a he. I tend to say like the gender of the character, I guess. But yes, I'll keep track of that. So looks like the teams are clearing out here. Level 16 has hit for the side of Careless Badgers. Let's see what they want to do with it. They've got about a few seconds. They're going up to the boss. Tyrande should be able to check on this, and they're going to start this boss with the level 16 advantage. They do have a lot of boss damage with Hanzo's scatter arrow. So Owl does get vision. So the Wholesome Halfwits do know about this, but decide that they're just going to turn in their gems. They really didn't have time to contest the boss. Well played on the side of Careless Badgers to take that. And look at that long distance arrow from Hanzo. Catches Darker Black. Not, oh, and the double E, the Windrunner at level 13 gives a free Haunting Wave. So Darker Black cheekily escapes there with a double E, gets 2 Haunting Waves out to escape. Very well played. As this boss is pushing in onto the wall, the players for Careless Badgers potentially, they did look for that kill onto Sylvanas, and that would have been huge. I think they have enough for a turn in here, so I think they're just going to go for the turn in on the backside of that boss play. So there it is. They've got another turn in here. They've got all 3 lanes in their favor pretty much. And this is going to be a big push. They want to get a lot out of this. They need to get some keeps, at least 1 keep, because they don't have any gems left, and there's no boss. They don't really have a win condition for a while after this Web Weaver phase. So they want to, I want to see them be a bit aggressive to make sure that they get something out of this. And Slowing Sands does go down to create some space for the clear. There's an arrow onto Scather alone. Not enough of an engage to really make something happen. And it looks like this is going to be a nice clear for Wholesome Halfwits in the mid lane. Top lane is the next one to go, and Scather already working on it. The members of Careless Badgers are here now. Let's see what they want to do. Tanksta looking for a big, and there's a big cage from Breakwood onto several heroes. The bunker keeping a lot alive, and that was a 4-man silence from Darker Black, who is deep after that double haunting wave. And we see a little skirmish here between Jira, and Jira comes out on top. Well played, Hanzo, to win that trade there. Always like to see a nice 1v1. Members of Wholesome Halfwits are going to need to hurry over here. This keep is all but gone. I don't think they're going to make it in time. Look how much damage all of these minions are doing, and that keep is gone. It would have been really nice for them if they had gotten, you know, a second kill there, but that definitely didn't work in their favor. Bot keep now down. That is constant catapult pressure. So as the Careless Badgers await the respawn of Maiev, they are working on this camp. Bruiser camp pushing, as well as Wholesome Halfwits pushing down theirs on the other side. And those will meet in the middle there. So notice how the Careless Badgers only have 9 gems. They don't have really a win condition other than just getting a big team fight right now. They will have level 20 first, so that can help them force that team fight that they want. And I'm curious how the Wholesome Halfwits want to play this. Do they want to stall out and wait for 20 and keep soaking passively? And the answer to that question is no, because they turn in and there is the Web Weaver coming out now. All cooldowns are available now. All 10 heroics are online. We should expect a big team fight to pop off here. Breakwood throwing, might be able to teleport in. And Taras looking deep, might start this fight. And is in a slowing stance, pops the Iron Skin, and there is an arrow from Hanzo, but not quite enough of an engage. She wasn't so far away to get a lot of damage there. But here could be the cage that they're looking for. Look how many are in the cage right now. Darker Black there's no way they survive, right? Darker Black down, and that is going to be a lot of damage. Huge cage coming out from Breakwood. Well played by her to get that action. And this is probably GG. I mean, that is a very long timers till they spawn. The team already forcing their way down bot, making their way to the core. I have a feeling this is going to be GG. Key looking for a little extra damage here. I don't know what a Tyrande by herself can do to stop this core. And Key says, I'm going to protect my KDA, and I'm just going to drop some damage with my owls, because there's no way I can defend this core. This is going to be GG, a domination victory for the Careless Badgers. Pretty sure that neither team had a domination victory going into tonight's game, so this was very important for them as far as the leaderboard is concerned, and that will be huge points for them to be able to climb in this very competitive Division A East. So well played by the Careless Badgers there in Game 2 to secure that victory. Again, a very back and forth match. Careless Badgers did look a little more in control of that game macro-wise, and very, very nice engages from Breakwood. Some good Dragon's arrows to get that engage from Hanzo in the back line. And they come out on top. My game taking its sweet time to get to the game summary screen. Bear with me a second as we do that. So loading into the game summary, I believe we will have an interview shortly. So let's just take a quick peek of these stats, and then we'll hop in a lobby for an interview. All right, so we've got the stats up now. Pretty in favor kill-wise for the side of Careless Badgers. You did see them in control that game. Very nice combos. Definitely after level 10. Very, very clean team fights from them. And And we see 3 survivors there. Jira also making crazy plays, going deep. That was so cool on that Hanzo, securing that Chromie kill. Kia Berries doesn't die all night on the healer role. And Malthael plays a clean game as well. 5 deaths for Darker Black, was making crazy with balls, deep plays as well. And pays for it, but, you know, that is how the game is played. And here's some talents. Let's go ahead and head into a lobby. Let's see if we've got an interview for tonight. So, as we wait for someone to head into the lobby, see if we had any interesting talents. We did have that Warden's Cage we saw was setting up huge plays for Maev. Piercing Sands for Chromie did come online, but just not enough to secure the victory there. Blessed Shield upgrade for Johanna. So increased stuns, increased duration of the stun. Pretty interesting. And play of the game for Hanzo to increase the Dragon Arrow, turn it into a teleport, a little extra damage. So let's see if we're going to have someone in here for the interview. Bear with us a second. I'm sure the team is celebrating, obviously, after their domination victory. So, thanks to y'all who followed the stream, kept up with my, technical difficulty there during Game 2 draft. Hopefully I was able to narrate it for you well enough. But thanks to y'all for sticking around. Let's see if we're going to have that interview in a second. It looks like we do have Tarask in here, the tank player. Hey there, Tarask. How are you feeling after that domination victory?
Oh my goodness, pretty good. We've been getting destroyed recently, so that was encouraging.
Yeah, so that was your first domination of the season 10, right?
Oh yeah.
Great.
So it was.
Yeah, we saw some great play. I mean, the Mal'Ganis play in game 1. So is that a combo you guys run often with Mal'Ganis and Kerrigan? Because it seems like Mal'Ganis can set the sleep up for Kerrigan to get a surefire combo in there.
Yeah, no, actually, it's a kind of a long chain, but in Heroes Lounge, this team played with Coffee instead of Jara, and Coffee plays Kel'Thuzad and Alarak. So we got super into the sleepy, set him up for the Kel'Thuzad chains. So when we went for Kerrigan, honestly, a lot of the tanks were squeezed out, and we were looking at, like Mei or Garrosh, but we figured the Mal'Ganis comfort pick would be more powerful.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was interesting to see Mal'Ganis. I guess a comfort pick because I haven't seen it. I've been casting, these first few weeks. I don't think I've had a Mal'Ganis show up anywhere in draft yet. So where do you think Mal'Ganis sits on the power levels right now?
I think he's definitely lower, and I'm hearing from a lot of NGS teams that we probably need to move away from it unless we're looking at something really combo dependent, particularly because he's so counterable by the likes of ETC and pushbacks, ruining his engages.
Right, and we saw that a few times definitely in that game as well. It was back and forth.
Yeah, and I went for blind as a bat there because our fights were so crazy localized, but I know I farted off in some random directions for sure.
Hey, but there was one blind as a bat that you had a nano boost on you, and I was like, is this a thing? And you were actually connecting, and it was kind of cool. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was, I think I black clawed it over the Kerrigan, and it was a misclick. But hey, we came out the other side okay.
Yeah, exactly. As long as the kills happened, it's what you meant to do, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So in game 2, we saw the Maiev come out. So a Kerrigan in game 1, Maiev in game 2. Those can be pretty spicy picks. Is that stuff you've been working on?
No, actually, Breakwood has been forced to solo lane for us for quite a while, and tonight the team finally was mostly sub free. We had an off lane sub, and she was able to get out of that role and show us some of her powerhouse for the upcoming CCL stuff in Kerrigan and Maiev. And she's a lead main player, but does a lot of different assassins.
Wow. And I mean, it goes without saying that those cages were insane that game.
They set up some stuff and they made it very easy, but I will declare, at least from our perspective, the MP3 was, or MP3, the MVP move was the Sylvanas interrupt to bottom from Hanzo.
Oh, was that an interrupt? I caught it off the edge of the screen and I zoomed over. That was insane. That was a very long distance arrow that connected. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if you saw it. I did catch Jira jumping in over a fort with Hanzo to secure the kill onto Chromie. Was very cool as well. You'll have to see that in the replay.
Yeah, I was not looking anywhere near that, but I certainly heard the ding, and we all congratulated Jira on the kill.
Yeah, that was a good one. So how do you guys feel? I feel like Division A East, I've been casting quite a few games, quite a few different teams, and it looks very competitive this season. How do you guys feel you fit into the power rankings of all of these, veteran teams, strong players all around? How do you feel you fit in there?
The cool thing about NGS is just how giving and nice everyone is. Like we've had 2 games in the event. Our last one Monday versus Caffeinated Knights just dominated us.
Yeah, they've been strong.
Yeah, and we felt it. We got destroyed. But their tank player messaged me and gave me like a full rundown of like a point by point timestamp of how I could tank better and improve in that zone. So it's scary. It's intimidating, but awesome.
Yeah, that's
cool
really cool. Definitely shout out to that. I mean, great community we have here. We definitely, when I was playing last season, had a lot of, feedback and great coaching, and it was definitely a good community. So very happy to have that.
Yeah.
So cool. I mean, great job, great domination victory tonight. Do you guys have any shout outs or any last comments you want to throw out there before you go celebrate?
Shout out to the streamers streaming, like Kai Berry's streaming it, going live there. You can catch my stream as well for the tank view. But I think we're all just cheering for Breakwood to get into the CCL and rock some faces and get picked up by a team. So
that would be really cool.
Yeah, so retweet Breakwood, get her cheering on and get her picked up.
There you have it. You heard it here first. So Breakwood making that play into the CCL. That's going to be exciting going forward. So congrats, man. Congrats on your domination tonight, and have fun celebrating with your team.
Thank you very much.
All right, have a good one. All right, guys, that is going to be my stream for tonight. Great matchup here. I mean, we did have the domination victory from Careless Badgers, but it was a very closely fought battle by both teams. I was very happy to be a part of it. So that's going to be about it for me tonight. I know there is going to be other streams going on. There's a lot of NGS games tonight, so make sure you stick around and catch some more NGS action. Thanks to all you guys who followed the stream tonight, everyone who stuck around and hung out with me. Breakwood, Rad Mavs, Wono, King Exita, Salty Cream Puff, Chips with Salsa, Senor135, Tixmaster, Himibo, Hugh McHugh, Chemo Tripsin, Ghost Bear Hots. Big thank you to all of you. I'm really happy you all followed the stream. I'm glad I'm able to put out some good content for you guys. So thanks for hanging out, and that's it for me tonight. I will be back next week in week 4 for some more action. So make sure you catch me next week as well. Thanks for sticking around. See ya.